Hello, hello, hello. Diamond, that's the first person I see. How are you? Thanks for joining. I just wanted to tap in with you all. It's been 2 weeks since I started the indoor garden, so I wanted you all to see the growth that we have, which is 2 weeks later today. So I'm going to show it to you. So remember hi Aquarius, hi Nessa, hi Brandy, hi Ruth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What are you all doing tonight? And where are you? Comment where you are tapping in from. You've been waiting, Lillian. I've done 2 rounds of planning since 2 weeks ago from the initial, I think from the date that, but it's been 1 week. Yeah, it's been 1 week. It was 2 weeks when I first did the, let me double check. Because I think it's been 2 weeks since I first did the seed video when I showed you all exactly what I was going to plant. And let me see exactly how long has it been since I started these seeds. Louisiana, I love Louisiana. I went to college in Louisiana at Southern University and LSU. I love the Bayou. Hi, Tanya. Countdown to your birthday. Well, happy birthday in advance. Chesapeake, Virginia, Yvette, Tennessee, Ronette, Dallas, Texas, Shay. Okay. Thank you, Sandra. Grand Prairie. Okay, Dallas. So let me see. Because I was thinking it was 2 weeks since I planted that, but it wasn't. Actually, it's been less than that. Ohio, Lakeland, Florida. I love Florida. Have you ever been in New York? I've never been to New York, but I've been to New Jersey. But I do want to go to New York. I've been everywhere else but New York, and that's crazy. New York, Davenport, Iowa, Arizona, Shacarol. That's a unique name. Thank you. Laurel, Mississippi. That's where I'm from, Mississippi, Mississippi, cricket letter I, humpback I. I know all about that. Houston, Texas. Okay. So y'all from everywhere. North Carolina. Is that Fuquay, Varina, North Carolina? Yeah, I'm sure I will. I definitely, at some point, when I get off the plantation, you know what I mean when I say that. When all the kids are off and into college, I call that getting off the plantation. Then I plan to move somewhere that is very warm, which is not long. I only have a few years. And when I say few, I mean few. So I'm going to move somewhere warmer. I'll always keep my home here, though. I'm going to move somewhere warmer where I can be able to plant my vegetables. And I just want to sit in the sun and wait for the mailman to run. Sit somewhere where it's nice and warm. And hold on. If y'all hear somebody in the background, it's one of my people. But bedtime is 8:30 here. Because after 8:30, hey, TC. Thank you, Pratina. Baton Rouge. I graduated from Southern University, so I know all about that area. Natchitoches. Is it Natchitoches? I always thought it was Natchitoches, Louisiana. Correct me if I'm wrong. Spartanburg, South Carolina. Can you start spring onions now? Yes, now is a good time to start your onions. I know you all probably saw on my page where I ordered some rare seeds. I'll start those, like all of my squash, cucumbers, and other things, just everything that's rare. I'll start those probably the second week in February. Jamaica loves you. I love Jamaica too. I've been to Jamaica. I actually went last year, and I stayed in, what's the name of it? I know we were in Montego Bay, but then we stayed kind of far off the grid. And I got to think of the name of the resort we stayed at, but whatever the name is, maybe I'll think about it before I get off. But they train all of the hospitality workers there. So all of the service was impeccable. And then we came back to Montego Bay and we stayed in one of the resorts. Hi, Latricia. Good evening, Cooking with Ava. New Jersey in the house. Okay, you want to grow lemons? You can go to Home Depot. They always have the Myers trees. I tried to plant, I did plant some seeds, some lemon seeds, but I got a nice pretty plant, but I didn't get anything from it. So I was told that I needed to have gotten a Myers plant and to be able to have some growth. Hi, Reva. Aurora. Okay, let's see. So that was January 15th, the day that we planted. So what's today? Which January 15th, that was just last week, just 1 week ago. Y'all gonna be surprised at the growth we have. So of course, I always say this, I treat them like my babies. You have to treat your plants like they're your babies. And they probably get more tired of me than I do of them, because I'm going to make sure I keep adequate lighting. I make sure they're watered. I switch them. If some are on the right, sometimes I'll switch them and put them on the left just so different lighting can hit them. But this is what we have, y'all. Look at that. So this right here, y'all see the growth so far? And that's in what? About a week and a couple days. So these are the black Cherokee tomatoes. They're already starting. I'm gonna rub them, talk to them a little bit. They say if you talk to them, you sing to them, then they'll grow. This is black Cherokee too. I love these. They have a nice dark color. And this is the yellow pear tomatoes. I think I have a picture of these that I grew last year. So they have some growth. This is the cherry tomatoes right here. I didn't put a name tag on these in the front because they're actually just the same. And then this one over here, this is the Roma tomatoes. And I planted these a few days after, maybe like the 17th. So this is where we are. And I'm surprised that tomatoes grew so fast this time. But I didn't even water them since that day, and the soil is still kind of damp. So, no, I didn't water them. I thought, and normally I have to every 2 days, but I think I may have just put a little bit more water than what I should have. Yeah, so if you guys are going to get started, maybe that's some encouragement. It's not too late to get started with your eggplants, peppers, and tomatoes. Hi, Kiki. Succulents are my specialty. Yes, I love succulents. I keep a succulent plant in each one of our rooms because they pull the impurities from the air. So I do love succulents as well. You want to grow green tomatoes? You can start now. And actually the tomatoes, you can do like beefsteak tomatoes or an heirloom tomato. And when they turn green, you don't have to allow them to turn red. Just go ahead and pick them. I like green tomatoes too. And I have a fried green tomato recipe on my website. And I made the best ones when I combined it was flour and cornstarch together. I think it was like a 3-to-1 ratio, 3 parts flour, 1 part cornstarch. And those were the crispiest that I've ever cooked before. You just purchased some land and you can't wait to start your garden. That's so exciting. It's nothing like having your own piece of land. I have a nice piece that in my backyard that it's enough that I can plant. I think I have 7 garden beds out there now, and then I plant some things in the ground. Does the soil matter? Yes, you have to start with the seed starting soil. In one of my posts, I did add a few links and pictures so that you all could see exactly what I used. But I'll use the Jiffy seed starting soil or Miracle Grow. So you can use either one of those. And it's more of a fluffy soil. Some people like to use potting soil and then they'll amend it. But I don't have time for all of that. So I just get the seed starting soil, sanitize it with the hot water and then get started. I like to take the quickest route possible instead of trying to amend it. But with my garden beds outside, I do amend those. So I'll use a garden soil, but then I do amend it. Yeah, I'll put, some people don't like to use it, but what is it called? It's called Black Cow, and it has manure in it. Some people don't like to use it, but I do amend my soil with it, and you get good growth with that as well. And also maybe a little 10-10-10 fertilizer, because if not, they're not going to grow big enough. I've done that before, and just not use anything, and then the growth is very small. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all know this is my, I just like to wet and go. I don't have time to deal with hair. So, between home life, busy life, work life, dating life, I don't have time to be doing all those hairstyles and wigs and all that stuff. So every now and then, though, just depends on the occasion. I might pull it back in a ponytail or pull it up, but it's rare. Okay, so I wanted to talk about this topic. I was thinking about this earlier today, and we were talking about relationships. And as I was looking at some of these plants, I was thinking that how relationships are very similar to growing plants. If you put your effort into growth, if you put your effort into your relationships as you do, like plants, take care of them, water them, you'll get the same. You'll get all of that returned back to you. I'm a person that believes in reciprocity. I believe in, sometimes you have to show a person who you are, what exudes from you, and then they'll return the favor. So I've always been a firm believer that if you are transparent with someone, if you're vulnerable, just a person who respects the opposite sex, and that goes both ways. The woman has to respect the man, and the man has to respect the woman. I've seen this a lot lately, and everybody's on this soft girl era, and I hear it so often, but soft girl era is not just something that we say. It's actually a conditioning of the mind. It's a renewing of your mind. And I know oftentimes we'll say, if we feel that we're not getting what we want from a man, we have a tendency to question the man a lot, or feel that we can use aggressiveness to get what we want from a man. And that's furthest from the truth. And when we do that, we lose our power. The best thing that you can do, and from my experience, is when you're dealing with someone, even if you're displeased with what they're doing, it's always a way that you can speak to a person. You have to be able to articulate your feelings without feeling that you have to antagonize someone, call them out of their name. The aggressiveness is not going to get a man to do the things you want him to do. I always say that you can get more bees with honey than you do vinegar. And that's my motto. So I don't know. I was talking to someone else about that today. And my friend was asking me, she was saying how when she said she doesn't like the fact that she didn't get a response from a particular guy that she's dating. And she told him that she was going to buzz him upside his head, you know. And I'm like, well, you can't threaten a man into doing the things that you want him to do. And I know sometimes we do feel like that. If we're mad, if we're upset and angry, we feel that we can force people to do things that we're going to do, that we want them to do. And we can't do that. Do you think that certain vegetable plants are better next to certain plants? Yes, companion garden is definitely important. And I have some of that stuff in my gardening group. And I think I actually posted something today about companion gardening. So if you go to Miss Lou Cooking, I always say Miss Lou Cooking because I'm so used to saying that because I have the website, but my Miss Lou Gardening page, you'll see that in there. So what'd you say you get that way? You get that way, you want to bust somebody upside the head. I feel you. You know, I can say this. When I was young, my grandmother used to always tell me, just learn how to bite your tongue. And I'm not saying bite your tongue and not say things that you feel, because it's always a way to express yourself. But hey, Miss Authentic. That's my sis Toya. Y'all go follow her under her Miss Authentic page and Latoya's Unique Boutique. No, not me, but it was fun. You don't do that. Yeah, I mean, it's so important to be able to stay in your femininity. There are times that I'm not the type of person who say whatever come up, come out. I may think about it if I'm angry, or if I want to speak to the person that I'm dealing with, whomever that may be. I always will think about what I want to say. Even if I'm upset, I'll go to sleep on it. I'll pray about it. I'll go to sleep on it. Then the next day I'll wake up and then I'll address it. And it always comes out much better when you've had a chance to think about it. So sometimes we have to take a moment and don't always feel that we have to have a reaction to everything. And when you do have a reaction, it's okay to take a moment. Even if you just say, look, I can't deal with this right now. I don't want to talk about it right now. You know, I'll deal with you later. So that's something that I think that we have to practice. But we have to realize that every relationship is not going to be the same. One man is not going to treat every woman the same. He's going to treat that woman based off of how that woman treats him. And I've always realized that the sweeter you are, there's no way that a man is going to treat you with aggression or treat you or talk bad to you or raise his voice at you. I can honestly say in all of my years of dating, I have never had a man in my entire adult life of dating. I've never had a man to raise his voice at me. Have I gotten upset about things? Yes. Have I said things before that I wasn't proud of? Yes. But I've never had a man to raise his voice, and I've never had one to put their hands on me. So I try to treat them with respect, and I want them to treat me with respect as well. But I use a lot of feeling words. You know, I don't talk at people. I'll say, look, I feel this way. I feel that, you know, what you said to me or the way you handled this situation, you know, I feel that it wasn't right. And I'll say, I felt this way about it. So it's always good to use feeling words to tell a person exactly how you feel about what they're saying or things that they're doing. And so Ada saying not to express yourself. No, I'm not saying not to express yourself. What I'm saying is that it's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's different. Say, for instance, this topic came up today as well. about when we go hang out. If, say for instance, I'm just going to use this as an example. Say if your man is going to the strip club and you tell him, look, I don't want you going to the strip club. You know, I don't like places like that. You know, I think all these type of women are going to be there. And is, you know, instead of you saying it in a way as you're telling him what you want him to do, it's better to just say, you know what? I don't have a problem with strip clubs, but I would prefer, now this is my preference. You can do what you want to do, but I would prefer that you didn't visit places like that. You know, I feel that it's just not the right environment for a married man or a man that's in a relationship or anything of that nature. Now, if I'm with you, that's different, but I would prefer that you didn't visit places like that. But if you go, I'm not going to be upset with you. And sometimes that man will leave and he'll go to those places. And when he leaves or before he goes, he'll think about it. And when he thinks about it, he's going to think about what you said. But if you come off aggressive and you're trying to tell him what to do, then he's not going to listen. He's not going to listen. So you have to talk, just speak to him. Sometimes you have to speak to people's heart. Exactly, grown woman stuff right here. And you know what? It takes time. And, you know, sometimes people will say, you know, they're going to be a certain type of woman, but it's something you have to practice. It is a mental thing for real. Sometimes I try to hold my tongue, but sometimes it just come out. You know what? Well, just do like I do. So you know what? Look, I'm going to have to talk to you later. I don't have time for this right now. That's one of my favorite lines because I know that if I speak at that moment, when I'm in a moment of anger, I'm going to say something wrong. And I prefer to take a moment to think about it before I speak. Yes, because when a man respects you, he won't do anything to hurt you, but love hurts choosing. Yes, exactly. But if you're aggressive, cursing him out, talking to him any kind of way, that man looks at you just like a man. He looks at you as another man. If you treat that man and you speak with respect, and I'm not saying that you have to be a pushover because, yeah, we have to put our foot down sometime and say, look, I don't have time for that. Sometimes I have to walk away from, yes, that's the best thing to do. If you're too angry and you know that you're going to curse somebody out or say some things that you're not going to be proud of, you're not going to know how to take back, just walk away. And another thing that I noticed that, you know, I'm speaking about women that we tend to do. We'll say things sometimes and then hit below the belt. And whether we know it or not, once you hit below the belt, that's it. It's done. That man will still be with you, but he's not going to respect you. And that goes for me too. If a man says something to me, and especially if I've shared something with him in confidence, if we don't, we may still be together, we may still date, but I'm always going to remember that in the back of my mind. And I'll know the things that I can share with him and what I can't. So I'll automatically put up a guard. But walking away is wise advice. Wisdom, women think differently. Exactly. Yes. You know, and I've dated since I think my first real relationship when I was 18. And every relationship, no lie, every relationship that I've been in, whether it be relationship or marriage, I've left that. So I've never been in a situation where a man has left me. I've always left, because if it's something that I feel that I can't do, or if it's something that I feel is going to hurt my mental health, or that is going to affect me in any type of way negatively, I will leave. So nobody has ever left me per se. You know, I mean, it's public record. So, I mean, I'm sure that if people tend to want to, you know, look up your backgrounds and figure out what your life is, but nobody has ever left me. I have the gift of goodbye. When I'm not treated right, or if something in the relationship isn't going right, I'm out of there. And it may hurt a little bit, but I'd rather have a few days or a couple of months, give me a good cry out and be done with it, than have a lifetime of pain. So no, have the gift of goodbye. It does take practice. It takes restraint, and it's not an easy thing to do because that hurt hits different. But the minute you lose your cool, you lose that man. When you lose your cool, he's out. You can act a fool. You can do whatever you want to do. You can curse him out. You can talk about his family. You can get on social media. You can do whatever you want to do. But the moment you do that, you've lost him. And the only way that man may stay is out of convenience and because of kids. That's the only way. So yeah, if you're in a bad relationship and you're not getting what you want, if your needs not getting met, maybe it's emotional, mental, or physical, hopefully financially, you're able to do that. But put yourself in a situation financially where you can leave, but don't stay in a situation where you're hurt or where you're not getting what you need. It can be emotionally, mentally, physically, I don't care what it is. Leave that situation. And pain is not, that pain is a different type of feeling, but we have to go through it. And the only way to go through that pain is to just go through it. You're going to have to go through it. It's almost like quicksand. You're going to be pushing, if you fall into quicksand, it's hard pushing through quicksand, but once you get onto the other side of it, it's easier. It's easy to deal with. Miss Season is a grown woman talk. The comments going fast, y'all. Please keep this type of content coming. You know what, y'all? I'll be planning to go live so much more. But to be honest with you, I'll be in my own world. I said I was going to try. I'm doing better, though. There's no get back from disrespect on either end. Exactly. That's what I said. Once you go and hit below the belt, or you say something or disrespect a person or call them out of their name, it's going to stick with you. I know it sticks with me. And I may not treat that person any differently. I may tell them how I feel about it. But yeah, it definitely goes both ways. Don't stay in no situation if you're being abused mentally, physically, and emotionally. Amen. I'm glad you're talking about this tonight. Grown woman stuff. Miss Season giving us some cookies. Love your glasses. Thank you. I don't wear my glasses often, but I have contacts and I've been kind of giving them a rest. I like your words, Miss Season. Thank you. So what do you all think? Like, how do you handle conflict? When you're in relationships, tell me what's your best way to handle conflict? We owe you a cooking live. You're right. And I have so many videos that I need to edit because I'll be cooking as I go. And sometimes just all the prepping and putting things together, like I said, with our schedules and training and the sports, and practice and all that stuff. Do you think that you will get into a relationship? Who knows? I mean, we are friends. Actually, Rob is my best male friend. I have two best friends. I have a female best friend. She was my best friend from elementary school. And I have Rob. Rob is my best friend. And before I even came to the internet, like I said, I met Rob. During that time, we developed a really, really close friendship. So who knows? I'm okay with my life, to be honest with you. Either way, I'm okay if I marry, and I'm okay if I'm single. But if I am single or if I'm just dating, I do believe in monogamy. I don't believe in being in relationships and having thruples and all that kind of stuff. I don't believe in that. So yeah, who knows what the future brings, but that will have to be, definitely a joint. I'm kind of set in my ways some too. So, like I said, I'm almost off the plantation. So in about 2 more years, I'm going to be able to just do me, just leave when I want, not worry about nobody having to say, Mom, what we going to do this, Mom, this, Mom. Whew. Child, I never thought I'd see these days. It was so pleasant to hear you talk without all that cursing. It feels good to my ears. Yeah, you know what? I don't really curse. If I'm telling somebody a story and I'm repeating what somebody else said, I may curse. But I don't curse, and it's rare. And if I do, it may slip out. But I'm more conscious of it, and it takes time, because I used to curse. I used to swear, years ago. But I noticed that over the years, I practiced not cursing. And then I noticed I got to the point where when things were easy and good, I didn't curse. But if I would get angry or get into a disagreement, I would curse. So then you have to work on it in parts. So first, practice not cursing, just normal, in normal conversations, just not using curse words. And then once you master that, then put yourself in situations where if you have an argument, then you train yourself not to curse in. So I've just learned to use different words, and I don't want to curse. Honestly, it's not becoming. I don't like how it sounds, and no, it's just not. It's not becoming of a woman. Now, whoever does it, that's on them. I'm not. I'm not judging anyone who does, but I can honestly say that my close friends and my close acquaintances, none of my friends really curse. So a lot of that can be the company you keep. So I noticed that some of my friends never curse. I've never heard some of them say a curse word a day in their life, and they're all professional women. So it's okay sometimes, but every other word is too much. Yeah, of course. I said, sometimes, it may slip. But just using it every day as a part of my vocabulary. And I know some people say that they curse because it helps them express themselves better. That can be a thing too. But we can use our words. Well, there are better words that we can use than to curse. Let's see. I wish I was like that. Me, I cuss like a racehorse. Yeah, you just have to practice it. Practice it just on normal conversations, and then practice it when you get in arguments. That was my hardest thing. When I would get in a disagreement, I'd be like, then I mastered that. And I was like, you know what, I can do this. But it took years, honestly, for me to get to the point where I didn't use profanity just in my everyday conversation. So you definitely can do it. Now, I won't call them kids. I would say they're pretty much young adults and teens. My kids I have a 19-year-old who graduated 2 years ago. He graduated and got a swim scholarship. I have a 12th grader who's a senior this year. So, and I have a 9th grader. So 14, well, actually he just turned 15. So I have a 15-year-old, an 18-year-old, and a 19-year-old. So when I say I'm almost off the plantation, y'all already know what I mean by that. And my 15-year-old, he is gifted, and he's an elite athlete. So when I say that my time goes to that, I'm well respected in my community, and within the community of my son's sporting events and things like that. I'm very, very involved. The youngest, he plays AAU ball. As I mentioned before, he's just in the 9th grade. He plays JV and he plays varsity. So, and we're getting ready to start our AAU season, and his AAU team just got sponsored by Puma. So we are on the Puma circuit, and I'm excited about that. So we'll be traveling. Maybe sometimes I'll go live and let you guys see what that's kind of like. But he's been playing AAU ball since he was in 3rd grade. So the hard work is definitely paying off. And, we'll continue to see what God has in store for him, because we are definitely claiming big things. Yeah, thank you. You seem very laid back and happy person. It's a new view of you. This is a compliment. Thank you. I am. Honestly, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm at peace. Peace is my portion. And everybody that's around me anyone who I spend time with, they are definitely my piece as well. I bet your kids eat well. How often do you cook? I cook. I would say I cook every day. Like just not long ago, I made some, and I don't really call this cooking, but I had some tuna steaks and I cooked those. I pan fried those on a grill. And then I did some wild rice and I had some spinach. So I don't really call that cooking, but about 3 days a week, I'll cook and get down and like oxtails and baked chicken and, and different types of food like that. But what I do is when I do cook, I always cook enough for leftovers. So if you cook 3 days a week and you cook leftovers, because I can't cook every day. It's impossible. So 2 or 3 of those days, we're going to have leftovers. Because when you're playing on 2 teams, of course, we have games during the week. You've got JV, you've got varsity, and sometimes those games are on different days. Sometimes they're on the same day. So I have to make sure that whatever I cook, there's enough for the next day. You should have this talk every Friday. I could try. I can definitely try. I don't know if it'll be every Friday, but I'll definitely try a couple times. Maybe one day during the week I'll do that. Well, you're going to having to get off. I don't know what that means. Get off round. Clarify yourself, because I don't know what that means. No eating out much for you guys. No, we don't eat out very much at all. I'll say maybe once a week. I thought your name is Season because you can throw down in the kitchen. Yes, I'm a pretty good cook. I definitely am. I can throw down. If you go to my cooking page, it's missloucooking.com. It's a website. I have many recipes on there. So I'm a self-taught cook, or shall I say, I watched my mother and my grandmother growing up. So thank you. Thank you, Tracy. Good evening. Love your recipes. You lost your mom 2007 to cancer. She was, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that. Man, that cancer is something. And I don't like when people say that it runs in their family. I say I have a family history, because that's what it is, history. And we have to be careful of the things that we say. Girl, get you a man to be around. Honey, trust me, I ain't got no worries in that department. I don't have a lack when it comes to a man. That's my last concern. Trust me on that. The season I'm in right now, I'm blooming. I bloom where I'm planted. I've been in relationships my whole life. And where I am right now with dating, I enjoy it. So a man has never been my issue. And keeping a man has never been my issue. And any man that I want, I'm going to keep him. Because I know how to keep a man. Good evening, Miss Season. Watching you from Minnesota. Minnesota, is it cold there? Is it snowing? Right? I say the same. My mom your mom passed away from the same thing. And also, you may see me sometimes if I read a comment and I'm reading what someone is saying about themselves, I don't like to use the word as if I'm reading it for me, because I'm very careful in the words that you speak. So you may hear me read it as that person is reading. I think she's saying that the troll, not you. I don't know. A man would be blessed to have you. Thank you. We shall see, honey. I don't know. But I tell myself sometimes, could I just date? At this stage of my life, yeah, I could. I mean, I don't like to say I'm not a single mother at all. I know some parents do it by themselves and they can say, they're a single mother. But one thing I can say about my children's father, he takes care of those kids. So I don't have to depend on another man, or I don't have to take care of them by myself. So he takes care of his kids. So financially, we can talk about, our kids. We co-parent well. My kids, they go to their father's house when they want to. I don't even do the schedule thing anymore. So I don't have time for that. No, every other weekend, none of that. When they want to go, they can go. Go on. I know their dad will take good care of them. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what happens in the future. You know, but if I was to get married again, I think that it would be an adjustment for me. Because I'm so accustomed to just doing what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it, and when and who I want to do it with. It's very important we be mindful of what we eat and put into our bodies, especially in regards to cancer. Yes, of course. That is very important. Try to eat foods that have good cancer fighting properties. One thing I like to eat often is I like tomatoes and avocados, and I eat those just about every day. An avocado and tomato salad, and those two combined have good cancer fighting properties. Everything I eat, like, I don't care if it's spaghetti, it can be, if it's some type of rice, I always dash a little bit of turmeric in it. So I always try to add something. Miss Season, I like the way you walk your talk, no worries, stress from no down. Below you, sister, just keep cooking and sharing your love. Yes, I will do that. And look real young. I know Robert made a good choice. I'm definitely young in spirit. I didn't live a rough life. I am a more seasoned woman. I guess that's how the name came about. I see people always say, why you chose that name, Miss Season? Miss Season was the people's choice. The people chose that name. And I saw the name and I said, you know what? Miss Season was trending. I was like, why not? So to those who came up with the name, I think they started off with Big Seasoned and then they changed it to Miss Seasoned. And you know, if you look up the word season, there's nothing bad about it. Sometimes I see people say, why you use that name Season? Why you let somebody call you that? Call me Miss Season. Yeah, Miss Seasoned is a perfect name for me, I think. David said that's a good name for you. Thank you. Ooh, baby. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. Y'all can go somewhere else with those type of comments, because I don't care nothing. When I say that, I don't care nothing about none of that. Okay? So, yes, let me see. Because none of that is my business. I worry about what goes on here in my home and how I handle it. So I don't care nothing about that. So I'm not going to even respond to those things. You can, look at circumstances and situations for yourself and make an informed decision. But we're not going to discuss that over here. A lot of negative comments. I wish you can block. No, I don't want to block them. Let them stay. Let them stay. Because they don't bother me not one bit. Now, the only thing I will block people for is if they're coming over here with them lies that we know are lies. I don't want to hear no lies. I don't want to hear nobody calling anybody out of their name or saying something inappropriate that they've heard on social media. But if you hear, I don't care. They can ask questions. They can say things. But if you're disrespectful, you got to go. So, Miss Season, please get these people out of here with the name. I really don't see anything negative. I really don't. So, if I saw something that was really negative, I would delete them. But you know what? Sometimes you have to realize that your haters make you greater. Because the same people that sit around and talk about you and talk about your name is the same people that send that traffic over to your page. You have to realize that. So, yeah, you do have to, be mindful. I think it's 422 people in here. I'm happy that all of you are here. And you're here for a reason. You know, people change their minds about things every day. Miss Season is peaceful and calming. Her whole vibe is everything. Yeah, sometimes, we have to change mindsets too. If we block everybody, think about it. If you block everybody who says something, I'm not talking about nobody saying no foolishness or some stuff that just doesn't make any sense. But if we block everybody, how do those people get the message? If they're only confined to certain platforms where all they hear is crap all day, crap and lies and drama and just made up stories. If that's all they hear and we all block them from every single page, see, some of them got off. See that? It's 393 now. So they must realize that if they hear, their views count. So if we block them all, they'll never get the message. That's almost like someone in church or a spiritual person. If you're talking about God and, somebody comes in and they say, they're whatever, they can be a liar. They can be a whatever. And the word is about honesty. If you block all those people just because those people don't walk the straight and narrow, then they'll never get the message. It's some people that need this message. But one thing that they should know is that I'm unbothered. I do this by choice and not by force. When I get on here, I'm not going to be on here acting a fool. You're not going to see me cursing nobody out. You're not going to see me twirling around and doing anything that's distasteful. I have a family that respects me highly, and I respect them, and I'm not going to do anything to disgrace them or my children or anybody that knows me. It would be quite embarrassing, honestly. If I got on here acting a fool, I wouldn't even want. My mom and dad is on social media. My parents, there's no way. And I'm a grown woman. There's some things I wouldn't even let my parents see me doing. So no, I want to stay well respected, not just within my family and in my community, but as a whole for myself. So no, I do care. These are the people I care about. You love to block people. Thanks for the advice. Hi, Adrian. Such a lady. Stay that way. Yeah, you know what? I have no other choice. I mean, I have no reason to come out of character or be ugly with anybody. My life is good. I have no complaints. And Lord knows if I sat here and said I had some complaints, I'd be lying. I would be lying. So, and this is lemonade. So no, it's not an alcoholic beverage. Hello, Lisa. Star so bright. Thank you. Very mature and classy. Thank you, Joanne. So I asked you all the question. I didn't see anybody else respond to how do they handle conflict. Just do you, boo. I love that saying. I say that too, do you. And that's what I do. I'm going to do me regardless. Like I said, when I do come live, I'm going to try my best to come live even more. But, it's all a process. It takes time getting used to. I don't have a problem with speaking in front of the camera or being on camera or, you're not going to catch me doing anything wild. So it'll probably be, just conversations, cooking, gardening, those type of things. You won't see me jumping off buildings and flipping around and coming on here just exposing myself. I'm not going to be doing things like that. I don't have to do none of that. So it's going to be kind of low key. And I mean, those who like that type of, low key conversations, just talking about life in general, that's what I like. Try to avoid conflict by all means. Yes. How do you do that, Gina? What do you do to avoid conflict if you're faced with it? My birth date is August 20th. I'm a Leo. I handle conflict by communication and express myself to the person I have conflict with. I love that. I've learned to handle conflict with working. The comments going fast. Handle conflict through conversation. However, if the other person lacks the ability to have a mature conversation, then I detach and have to leave it be. Yes, you sure do. If they just lack, honestly, what she just said, you leave it be. Sometimes we have to practice patience with people, because I've learned that you can be in a relationship with someone and they may not have ever truly experienced effective communication and how to really be loved. So sometimes you just have to be patient, and it may take time because, then you have that trust comes into play. We know you have to build up trust, but it takes a minute to break down that trust. So sometimes you have to be a little bit patient, and I've learned that. I hate conflict. I apologize to make the arguments end quickly. Then he gets more, just because he just thinks I'm being facetious for agreeing. Yeah, but you know what? Don't apologize if you feel that you're just apologizing to make the conversation end quickly. Just say, I don't want to argue. I want to talk. I think that we're adult enough to just share how we feel, but this is how I feel, and you made me feel this way. Use feel words. That's always the best way, but don't apologize just to make it end quick, because then you know what you're doing? You're only stuffing down what you feel. And when you stuff down your emotions and your feelings and you're angry, then you're going to build up resentment. And you're going to be looking over him at night while he's asleep, and you're going to be like, I just can't stand him. So don't choke down your feelings. Just always try to talk about it. I have to cool down before I respond. That is the best way to do it. People's behavior tell us that how much pain they're in. Yeah, that's true. I like to revisit the conversation lately, but my boyfriend don't. What do you suggest you like to revisit? Ask him why. Ask him why. Ask him why is it always a problem that, if you have a concern and he doesn't want to revisit it lately. But if you've already talked about it and it's like beating a dead horse, just tell him, just talk to him. But don't keep, if you're not getting anywhere with something, don't don't harp on it. It'll come up, and then tell him, I just feel that, I haven't been heard. I feel I have a voice. And when you make me feel that I can't talk to you, then it builds up resentment. And I don't want to resent you. I want to love you. Get him with that. How I handle conflict, I would just let the hand play itself, because eventually it shows itself. Okay. Leo, quiet and gentle and not to be... Yeah. Leos, and I speak for myself, and, I could say some of the Leos I know too. We're very, we're loyal people. We'll give you the clothes off our back. We don't like conflict. But the minute you do something and it hurts us, or you do something to cross us, we'll cut you off. No matter how much it hurts, we will cut you off. I handle conflict by addressing the issues to come to some type of agreement. If not, then let it go. Yeah. Because every conflict is not going to have a resolution, and maybe it might not be resolved then, because I'll do this sometime. If I have a disagreement, if I feel that the other person has checked out and they're not hearing me, and I'm like, okay, what sense does it make for me to keep talking about it? I'll wait till another day, and it always seems to come back up. And then I'll say, you remember that day when we had this conversation about this? This is what I was kind of talking about, and I felt this way then. So sometimes you can let it go, and it's always going to come back up. And even if it doesn't come up, make it come up. But make it come up in a tactful way, not a way that's like obtrusive or anything like that. Yeah, let's see. I'm going to go down to the bottom. See if I missed something. So many people are miserable and want others to join them. Yeah, you can't let people pull you down to their level. I would try it. I would try to walk away, but he hates when I walk away. You don't even have to just walk away. You can just say, you know what? I just want to not talk about this. We're not getting anywhere. We're at a crossroads and neither one of us are getting anywhere. Let's not talk about it anymore. So you don't always have to walk away. You can just sit there. You can even change the subject and talk about something else. Podcast coming soon. Ooh. Mogal podcast talk coming soon. Real talk. I don't know about that. I could go on a podcast sometimes, but honestly, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm in this stage of my life. I just want to coast. I don't want to do nothing too strenuous. I started working when I was 16 years old. I put myself through college, and I had a very fruitful professional career. So right now, I'm just chilling. I don't want to do nothing that's going to make me feel as if it's work. Anything I do, this point, moving on, I want it to just feel as like I'm doing it by choice. I don't want to be pushed into doing something, forced into doing it. I just want to live. That's it. Good night, Miss Season from New York. Who is that? Miss Keisha King. Good night. Just trying to make sure that I didn't miss any comments. I'll just walk away from my boyfriend until we both calm down. I would hate to say something I may regret. That's true. Walking away, if you can. If it's not walking away in an angry way, but just let's revisit this later. And still, give him a kiss. Good night. I'll talk to you later, honey. So everything doesn't always have to come from an aggressive place. You're absolutely right. Some people don't know how to love, and they've been looking for help to learn. So spreading, sharing your love, yes, it takes patience. If a person has not really experienced real love or the genuineness of someone caring for them, because also we have to realize that, and I hate to always say, the men, because, women, we need love too. But we have to realize that our black men, they go out here, and I'm talking about men, I'm not talking about boys. They go out here every single day and they have daggers in their back. No man wants to come home to a nagging woman. No man wants to come home to that. You have to be his refuge. And in return, he's going to be what you need. I'm not saying give him everything and you don't get something. No, because I'm not one of those people who think like that. But he's going to go where he finds peace. If every time he comes home from work, he got a nagging woman, there's nothing on the table. And sometimes it's okay to tell him, look, I don't feel like cooking tonight. I'm going to go out and grab something. And I'm not saying you have to be in the kitchen all day and doing this, but clean up, pick up around the house, even if you wait all day till it's almost time for him to come home from work. 1 hour before. I used to do that too. I wait right until it's time. I'll be doing whatever I want to do all day. I wait right until it's time, like 2 hours before I start doing what I need to do. So that's okay too. But yeah. But I like peace too. And I'm not going to deal with a nagging man. So it goes both ways. Thank you, Talita. You're so calming. I try to be. I try not to let things affect me, in any way. Yes, listen before responding. And you know what, Raquel, that's so important. It can also resolve conflict. Even if, I'm happy you said that, because listening before responding is important, but also listening and processing it first. So even if, you want to respond, think about what you're going to say first. And then, and I do this a lot. Before I speak, if I'm upset about something, I think about everything that can go wrong and everything that will go wrong from my actions. So I don't just think about it in the moment. I think about, if I say this to this person, how are they going to feel? And then what's going to happen? Like, what's the snowball effect after that? So you definitely have to do that. You got to listen to understand and not listen to respond. Yes. My dad always, even to this day, you know, when I told y'all the story about it, I used to curse. So my dad, he is, I don't want to tell you what kind of, but my dad is a pastor pretty much. So I can talk to him about anything, but he would always tell me that a woman's speech should be seasoned like salt. And I remember and that's in the Bible, one day I told him, I was like, well, Dad, sometimes my season be like cayenne pepper. And this was back in the day, but he always reminded me of that, about how our speech should be seasoned like salt. And it takes time to get it. But if you go look up that scripture that talks about how a woman's, Chantel, it should be seasoned like salt. And if you think about it, when we put salt on our food, think about it. We're only going to put like a pinch of it, you know, just to give it that kick. It don't need to be like you got red pepper flakes and hot sauce and jalapeno. No, it don't, just season with salt. Now, this is the way I like to see these CCs have a very calm and peaceful life. You go, Miss Season. Maybe someone can learn from you. Wait, I know it's too late. Wait, I don't want to read that. I love talking. Okay. Yeah, good advice never gets old. And another thing that my dad, he always told me too, he still tells me this day, you have to, you can you can be a good actress. Well, how does it go? Let me think about it. The world is your audience. You just have to know how to be a good actress. That's another good tidbit he says. So yeah, but the salt loses its flavor. It's not the salt. But no, you can taste that salt in it, even if it's a pinch. You know, when you cook food, when you taste it, if you leave that salt out, you're gonna know. It's just something about just a little pinch of salt in it. Bring them on. Okay, that's what it says. So it's trying to request that I bring people on. So I don't know if I would bring somebody on. Who got some good words of wisdom, some intellect that would want to come on? I'll see if I can bring you on. Somebody who can talk to us and let us know how to handle these situations. How long have I been on here, y'all? I love your personality. It's humble. Thank you, Erica. Good evening. How are you? I'm good, Angela. How are you? Let's see. Those other people, it had it by their name. Hold on one second. All right. Sorry about that. You're doing a great job on your own. Okay. I saw by some people's name, it said, bring them on. But then, hello, Jeffy. Love you too, Blue. Yeah, it said, bring them on in blue. But then when I saw the remainder of the names come up, it doesn't say that. So, yeah, I would like to have that dialogue with other people too and have them to come on live. Health is wealth. That's true. Hello, Dorothy. Hello. Who is that? MD. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Islam. So when two people are moving in the same direction, it becomes easy. That's true too. You definitely have to be on one accord. You can't rush it. I love when you laugh. The two veins pop up. It's so low-key hilarious. I don't know, that vein do be there. My mom used to say it was a mean streak. So I don't know. How do you keep your hair moisturized? I'll put a little bit of water with some conditioner. And I'm trying to think what's the name of it. It's one of them old school conditioners that actually does the best for me. Or I'll use like Miss Jessie's, some type of curl. What is it? And I'll just put it in the water. Spray the water on there. And just comb it with a big tooth comb and a brush. Sometimes I put a diffuser on it. Sometimes I won't. Like, I didn't put the diffuser on it today. I just kind of wet it and brushed it out. It takes a real man to be with a real woman. That's true. And it takes an evolved man. And that's what I have to have. I have to have an evolved man, because just a man for me ain't gonna do. And when I say evolved, I mean evolved. Good evening. How are you? I'm doing well, Nisa. You can't see my comments. I can see it now, Gloria. Maybe I missed it. Never give negative energy. Wait until that person calms down. Speak positive and respectful. Talk out the entire situation and use the Bible. It will always guide you right. Exactly. And that's one thing I do. Any relationship that I'm in, even with my friends, I read the word with them. If something touches my spirit, I'm very spiritual. I don't beat down the church doors every Sunday, but I know the word and I love the Lord. And anybody that I'm in connection with, trust me, they get that word. They're going to read that Bible. I'll send scriptures. We read them together. We'll pray together. Even if a person has never really experienced that in the past. But yeah, we get down with the Bible over here with everybody. We need, thank you. Your spirit is fire. We need more of you on this app. Who said that? Renita. I said, I'm going to try to come more often, just as my time permits. Like I said, AAU season is starting soon. So, y'all know how that is. If you had kids in AAU sports, you know how it is. Your whole weekends are gone. You probably have 2 days a week of practice. Then you may have 1 or 2 days a week of training. So, yeah. And during the day, I'm going to be honest with you. The whole day is mine. Now, after school time, and that's when I kind of get moving around and doing what I need to do. But, you know, my mornings, I just do what I want to do. And that's my time. And I feel that after all these years, I deserve that. So my mornings are spent for me. And I even have my ringer off most days. And I get my nap every day. And if people know me, I do have to get my nap. At least an hour or two. Yeah, yours do travel ball? Yes. And I was saying, especially with them signing with the shoe team now, we're going to be traveling. I looked at that schedule, and it looks like we're going to be in a different state, like every other weekend. So we'll see. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but even local teams have been a lot. He's around. I saw him live. He was on his page earlier. We talked earlier. We talk every day. Trust me. Several times a day. Sometimes for hours a day. If I don't see him, we talking. Every single day. I told you that's my best friend. He's my best male friend. Robert is a good guy. He's a really good guy. He's one of the most, I would say, calm, very intelligent. Somebody said something about this, and I wasn't going to even, because I said I was going to say, this touched my spirit. And normally, I always say, I'm going to share with you all what I want to share and not share what I don't want to share, because I'm not going to share my personal life. But this is important. Back to, if you all remember, about a month ago, I posted a picture when I had went to get my mammogram, right? Do y'all remember that? So that was like my yearly mammogram. And I had a call back to do a diagnostic mammogram. So they had me wait a whole month. And because I went through the holidays, I wasn't worried, went through Christmas, went through New Year's. And then about a week ago, I had to go back for my diagnostic. So they did a call back. And of course, anytime, they call you back for a mammogram, you're thinking, oh Lord, like, what does this mean? So I had the call back, and I had told Robert about it because he is my best friend. And, like when you're talking to someone, if you're not in a relationship or whatever, sometimes you kind of hesitate about telling, a man, like, what you're doing, and I was going to go by myself. And I had mentioned it to him. And I told him, I was like, the day before, I was like, you don't have to go with me or anything like that. I'm going to go. Do y'all know that next day, my appointment was at 12 o'clock. That man called me that morning, woke me up out of my sleep. And he was like, you ready? You getting ready? I'm like, for what? He said, I'm going to go with you to your appointment. I thought that was the sweetest thing. He came pick me up, took me to my mammogram appointment, and waited 3 hours with me the whole entire time. I thought that was so sweet. When I came out, I had tears in my eyes. Thank God everything was good. They did a diagnostic. And then after the diagnostic, they had me go in the waiting room and wait again. Then I had to do an ultrasound. So that was scary. So when I came out of there, just the embrace, it was so touching. So that was sweet, considering, like I said, when you're in a friendship and in that stage, it just shows me, and it makes me get a little teary now because I thought that was the sweetest thing. So just a little story, and I wasn't going to share that with anybody, but, yeah. So, yeah, he is the sweetest, and there he is now. As some people say, speak of the angel. So, yeah, he is a good man. He is a very good man. Yep. Sure is. He's a great guy. You can tell by his spirit. Yes. Just calm, even keel, nice temperament, has a very compassionate heart. And I think I've said this before, he has the most compassionate heart I've ever seen in a man. So recently had to go through the same experience. I would have loved to have someone there to get me through that. Yes, it is scary when you go, because you don't know what they're going to tell you. You really don't know. Yes, that was sweet. I'm glad everything was fine. Yes, me too. And I was prepared for whatever, but, it was sure good to hear that great news. Hey, Robert. Yes, awesome. Somebody else said something. I saw it, but I wanted to read it, and I missed it. Very sweet, and it's good to hear that. Yes, it is. That was so sweet. And then took me out to eat. And that was the icing on the cake. Yes, y'all. Thanks for sharing. Robert is an amazing guy. Yes, he is. You can tell how consistent he is. And very hardworking. He ain't one of them men that you got to tell, get up. Get up and go to work. He's going to tell you, oh, no, I'm out. I got stuff to do. Some men you have to tell them, you going to go to work? He's definitely not one of those. He know what he got to do, when he got to do it, and he's going to handle his business. So that's awesome. I have so much love for Robert since I've been following him for years. I hope you guys continue to grow together. Yes, we will always, no matter what our road is, we will always be friends. I don't know what God has in store for me or him, but whatever it is, I'll be ready for it. But I can definitely say that no matter what, we'll always be good friends. I don't really have a hair routine. because I don't like to comb hair much. So I'd say just a little water, a little conditioner, or some type of curl cream in a spray water bottle. Spray it down. Oh, and another thing, you can put mousse on it just to keep the form of it. Some people don't like to do the deep wave hair because it is, you go to sleep and don't braid that hair up and tie it up, you're going to wake up, hair will be matted. So this kind of hair is definitely something you have to, everybody can't do it at night. You have to twist it like every night. I braid it. Even if it's just 2 braids, I may part it down the middle and just braid it on 2 sides. Because if not, it's going to get tangled. But, yeah, just a spray bottle with some conditioner. Use some type of mousse. Preferably something that has some type of curl ingredients in it. Good friends are valuable, not easy to find. Good individuals these days. That's right. Yeah, they're not. I have 2 good friends, and that's it. And everybody else more than likely are acquaintances. Yes, and my kid's godmother, she and I are really close too. But other than, those 3, I don't really, leave that door open for many people to come into my life. And I've been that way for years. You did so good in that skit too, Miss Season. It was great, and thank you, you're natural. Thank you, Jeffy. Yeah, you know what? It's fun doing the skits. I kind of like them. So look forward to us doing more. I've never done any acting or anything like that. I've always been in I used to work for IBM and Compaq Computer Corporation years ago, and I was a product specialist. So I do have a background in just like talking in front of executives and things like that, and just breaking down products, like product demonstrations. And so I've always been comfortable speaking in front of, others, but it's a little different. And we have some bloopers, and it's just funny sometimes when you mess up and you go back and, look at the bloopers. Those are funny. So hopefully, I think it'll be good that when you do skits that you go back and post the bloopers. I think that people will get a kick out of that because it's always funny. I have to laugh at myself sometimes. When I looked in the oven. Yeah, we think somebody in the house, we're going to look everywhere. We'll be all outside in the backyard looking under the house. I wonder why God connected you to. I think he needs you. He has been through a lot. It's funny you say that. It's crazy that many, many years ago, I had a prophecy that about me meeting Robert. And it's crazy. I didn't know this, but when we met, we didn't meet on social media. So that was a good thing. So that's not where our friendship developed from. But when I met him, and after talking to him for a little while, I knew that he was a person in that prophecy. So no matter what, I know that we'll always be in each other's life, even if we're, friends. So he is definitely a part of that. And some of the things that were prophesied to me, I've actually seen it come to fruition just in our friendship. So it's funny how that may have been about 5 or 6 years ago, but some of the exact same things that's happening now, I see them and I'm experiencing them, and it's so surreal. So we'll see. Yeah, I love the skits too. So I'm sure we'll be bringing more. And y'all just keep tuning in. Do you think you will have more kids? Oh, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. Michelle, you didn't hear me say that I'm almost off the plantation. Raising kids, especially when you give your kids all your attention, it's a lot. And then, well, one thing I have noticed that when kids are younger, you have one set of worries. You always worried about, the protection and safety. They go off to school, if somebody's going to do something to them, if when they get older, you have a whole new set of worries. You really do. Because like my oldest, He has his own car, and man, I mean, every time he leaves, I be like, put your seatbelt on. Don't drive fast. Decelerate early before you get to the light. So he still has a curfew. Because, I mean, it's just so crazy. So you have kids, they're younger. You think when they get older, not going to have to worry about that. But it seems like as they get older, you have a whole new set of worries. So what did I... Well, I keep that to I didn't keep it to myself. He knows it. But just know that with some of the things that are happening now, I've already seen these things before. OMG, if y'all just nosy. It's okay. Some people like to know those things. Maybe one day, I don't know if, there's agreement on both sides. Maybe one day, even down to how I met him, it was told to me. So when it happened, I knew. Yes, so no, we're not in a relationship, but he is my best friend. We are very close friends. People never get too old for parenting advice. That's true. Wishing you and thank you, Maxie, the best friendship ever. Yes, and that's so important. Sometimes people want to skip that friendship stage, but if I ever end up being, in another committed relationship, or marriage, I definitely want to be best friends. So this time right now, and I think that's the best thing. You have to learn a person. Miss Lysander, yes, Miss Season, because I have 8 and I worry all the time. Yes. I be over there laying hands on them kids. I be like, and they're accustomed to, because I lay hands on my kids. I bless them with blessing oil. So I bless my friends with blessing oil, because when they have to get out here into this world with all these demons, we have to fight them demons off. I anoint my house. You're not coming in here. I keep a prayer. My pastor gave me a red cloth that represents the blood of Jesus. I wrote a prayer over my door and I stuck it over my door. So nothing of evil can come in my home. So you all do that. Bless your homes. Pray over your homes. If you have blessing oil, if you get it from your pastor, or you can just pray over your olive oil. Anoint your home, the stairwell, the doors, what have you. Just be anointed. But yeah, I be laying hands, honey. People hit the love button because she keeps freezing. That's okay. Let them come. Let me get my oil and just... Y'all if you come in here to be mean or ugly, get up out of here and stop spreading them lies. Just stop it. Just lying. Some of y'all be having a lying tongue, and they say that's the first thing that burns. You're going to go to HE double hockey sticks, and that's going to be the first thing that's going to burn. Quit lying. And if you think coming over here is going to make me feel some type of way, you got another thought coming, because I have tough skin, and none of that y'all saying means nothing to me, because I know the truth. I get the truth from the source. So I pray for my grandchildren every day. You can never get too much prayer. That's right. Wake up in the morning. If you have like one of those daily reading, read something as soon as you wake up in the morning. You can pray anywhere. Some people think you have to get on your knees. If you're not in a position to get on your knees and pray, I even have a stool, because my bed is really high. So I have this heart-shaped stool by my bed. And because sometimes I used to be like, I don't feel like getting all the way down on my knees and pray. So I put a stool by my bed. And so it's so easy. I just get right on my knees and pray. If I forget, I lay in my bed and pray. And even in my car, I pray about everything. Yep. Y'all want me to get them up out of here? Okay. That's the first one I blocked. So I told y'all, if y'all come over here with that foolishness, I'm going to have to block you. I don't mind you being here. I don't care where you're coming from or what side you're on. But if you come over here spewing negativity and lies, we're not having it. This is a place of peace. Peace first. Easy say yes, block them. I did block them. Don't come over here asking them crazy questions. Go back over there and ask the people where you got them lies from. Because y'all listen to them lies all day long. I don't see how I get so much stuff in my inbox. And let me tell y'all something too. I just want to say this. Y'all believe some of these, not the supporters and the positive people, but y'all believe I say the from wherever y'all come from. Y'all believe anything. Anything. Stop listening to everything you hear. Do your own research. Be your own person. Have your own mind. Because listening to other people, that will have you in a world of trouble. People be so brainwashed these days, and they allow people to just control their mind, control their thoughts. Please, y'all, just stop doing that. Because over here, there's no evil over here. I'm from Mississippi, and I went to college in Louisiana. One thing that scared me more was people who did any type of witchcraft, voodoo, any of that stuff. I rebuke that. Lord, please rebuke that kind of stuff in the name of Jesus. So when y'all hear those kind of things and things about Robert that y'all know is not true, or even if you don't know it's not true and you have some reservations, go research that stuff for yourself. Because I live in a blessed home and I believe in the Lord and I love the Lord. So guess what? Evil and good cannot exist in the same. So another thing, if you trying to provoke someone so you can get a reaction, you're not going to get it. Because all of it sounds silly to me. Yeah, it's peace over here. But sometimes you have to address certain things because people will think that, you know, if you have a certain personality or demeanor, they think that, you know, you're a pushover or they can say whatever they want to say to you. No, you're not going to do that. I wouldn't allow that. I wouldn't allow that from anybody. So just to put that little tidbit out there, we're all positive over here. This is a spiritual based home. We believe in God. So take all that somewhere else. Yep. But everybody, I've been on here long enough. I'm going to go and watch some Lifetime Movie Network and chill out for the rest of the evening. And honey, some of them will be on their knees begging God for forgiveness. Amen. Mm-hmm. Begging. I don't want no whippings, Lord. I just be like, Lord, just tap me on the shoulder when I'm doing wrong. Just give me a little inkling. I don't want no whippings, Lord. So they need to stop the things that they do. I don't need to be in a position where I got to be ran up, down, and through there just for me to do right. No, just give me, I can say something or I can do something and I get that little feeling on my shoulder and I'll be like, One day I got locked out. One day I was going out in my garden and no lie, I had talked to someone that day and I was not the most pleasant. And when I closed my door and I just went out there to grab something, do you know the door locked? I had to jump my fence. I didn't have a cell phone or anything. I was like, Lord, I know you try to tell me something. And sometimes when little things happen, y'all do not ignore it. Do not ignore it. When you know you're doing wrong, just know that's God trying to tap you on your shoulder and say, straighten up, my child. I listen. My friends be laughing. I listen. Can I ask the type of hair you have? This is deep wave hair. And I actually have a hair company, but I don't sell to individuals. I sell in bulk to hair salons. So, yep, but it's deep wave. I'm thinking about trying. I have some straight, and honestly, I got my hair done this past week, and I was gonna let her put it straight in there. I was like, I don't know, not just yet, because I don't want to have to worry about flat ironing no hair and doing all of that. So we'll see. I don't really like change very much. Like my signature, like I got my nails done yesterday. My signature is my red. I almost changed yesterday. And she pulled, and I was like, no, just give me my red. So sometimes I just like to, stick with what I love, because I know that I love how the red looks on my hand. And I was going to try this, like a blush color. And I was like, I'm not going to like how they look on my toes, because I love how red looks on my toes, honey. I try to always sow seeds, so in due time I will reap a good harvest. Amen. I love your recipes, your mac and cheese and greens recipes. It's so good. I love to cook. How long is your natural hair? My natural hair is, let me see, probably, you see some of it right here. That's the front. So the back is a little bit longer, but the back might come to about right there. But yeah, so I did like a little crimp iron on it, and I didn't put any hairspray, so you can see it's a little frizzy right there. But when I put that hairspray on it, put that crimping iron. But yeah, but I can wear it natural, and I have a pretty decent grade of hair. But y'all know how our hair be. She won't be having time for all of that. As soon as you step outside, the humidity gets to it. And then you got to go back and press it. And I'm natural too, so I haven't put heat in my hair in probably, when I heat, I haven't had a perm in probably maybe 6 years. So yeah, it blends, especially when I take my time. But I put some hairspray on it, but I didn't do it because I was trying to rush and get on. But thank you, Faith. I have red glitter polish on my toes there. Don't it? That red be hidden. Especially when you have your open toe shoes on. Men like that red too. I don't know what it is about the red nails and red toenails, but it just does something to me. Yeah, that natural hair. That's why I say and I can't do wigs. I cannot do wigs. I can't stand the lace from the wigs. I'd rather just blend, have some leave out. But I cannot do wigs at all. It's just something about wigs and lashes. I can't do the lashes because I don't want my lashes taken out. I did lashes one time, maybe about 10 years ago. I was going to a wedding, and I took them off the next day, and all my eyelashes were gone. And I said, never again. So I don't think I'll do the lashes either. I'll just get you some mascara, some volumizer, and keep moving. No lies. Y'all love red, Hercules. That's right. Men love that red. This season, pray over my garden. Okay, I will, Michelle. I won't forget. Yeah, I don't know. And it's funny that if you don't wear that and you change the color, you think a man don't notice, but they be noticing that red be popping. Yeah, no lashes. And I think I can get my lashes pretty full, with that volumizer. So I'm like, you know what? If it ain't broke, I'm not going to fix it, because guess what? That only means that every month I got to go back and get them filled in. And I don't have time for all that. I'm going to be honest. The other key to peace, I know we were talking about this early, is simplicity. Simplify your life. If you simplify your life, that's another key. You don't have to keep up with the trends. I'm not concerned with that. I'm not concerned with keeping up with other people. I don't care what they got going on. I don't care. None of that means anything to me. So no, I like to keep it simple. Keeping it simple, it keeps your stress level down and everything. So simplicity. We all love you so much. You are so awesome. Thank you. When did you start gardening? 4 years ago during COVID. I started gardening and I taught my family how. Why your seedlings starting to droop? You don't have enough lighting on them. Pull your lighting closer. Like if this is your seedlings, pull your lighting closer. And then as they continue to grow, then you can lift your lighting. But if they start getting leggy, that means that they're not getting enough. I don't know, some of you may not have seen it, but I was showing them earlier. This is how my tomatoes from just the 15th. So you see how they've grown and up. See, they're thin, but see, they're still straight. They're not leggy. So they should still be strong. But this is just from 1 week. See, yellow pear tomatoes, Roma tomatoes, beefsteak, black Cherokee. So yeah, so if you guys keep your lighting on them, keep the lighting close, and then just raise it. Because if you don't raise it as the plants grow, then they're gonna burn. So you don't want that to happen. What's my favorite food to grow? Eggplants. I like Japanese eggplants because I eat them, and okra, because I eat them every day. And I'll eat the okra raw. So, as a matter of fact, I eat a lot of stuff out of my garden raw. Hey, my girl, looking beautiful with them glasses on. Thank you, Lupac. Lupac. Y'all, I saw some of your food, Lupac. Y'all go over there and check out Lupac's, Lupac Baby YYX. She has some amazing desserts, beautiful cakes. I saw them. I gotta order me something. So y'all go over there and check out her page. All those cookies and girl, I made well, not really a resolution, but I said the first of the month I was gonna start working out. And it didn't happen. And I have a workout room. I'll show y'all one day. I set it up for myself. I put it's like my own little woman cave. But I hate going to the gym. So I said what I would do is I was going to make a room in my house into a workout room. So I had the TV installed on the wall. I put a stationary bike. I have like a jump box, a weight bench, and what is it? A total gym. And y'all know I did all of that. I even put the padding on the floor. I might show it to y'all. I hope I haven't been in here. I have a picture that I need to put on the wall, so I might let y'all see. But this is my little woman cave in here. So I'll let y'all see it. The light is not too good in here, but this is my woman cave. See, I put this stuff in here. I got to put my picture on the wall. So I can put the paddings. So I did all of this. And I just set everything up. And then I put this TV on the wall. So I don't know. Maybe I still got a ball rack. I'm just still kind of setting it up. But this is where I'm going to start working out. But this is my little area. So going to the gym, I always felt was something that demotivated me. Then I said, well, let me just, change a room in my house to work out. Maybe I should get started tomorrow, huh, y'all? Maybe I should. Thank you. It's just a little something for me. And, even if they want to go in there and work out, but I thought that was going to motivate me, but I definitely, that was my plan for the new year. And I got to get in there. So, yes, that's my place. That's going to be my second, a treadmill. You know what? I thought about that, getting a treadmill, but I don't think it's enough room in there. I probably have to rearrange it some because I did move the weight bench from in the middle. Starter food. Could plant with my daughter. Starter food. Tomatoes would be easy. Go to my cooking group, not my cooking group, my gardening group, Miss Lou Urban Gardening, and I'll tag it as well in the comments. Some of the stuff I post, I don't even post it on this page. I share links and other things on there. I had some oregano, some fresh oregano that I dried, dehydrated, and I put it in some olive oil, and then I stored it in a real tight jar, and I put it in a dark space for like 2 weeks. You know, oregano oil is good for a lot of stuff. So I posted that in the gardening group today, but you'll have to go over there to see those things, because I know people don't want to see the same stuff on all the different pages. Yeah, thank you. I'm going to try to put that up tomorrow as well. I'll put that picture on the wall. And then I think I'll change the lighting, because in here I have daylights in here. So I'm going to put some brighter lights in there. And then I'm going to get started. It's Miss Lou Urban Gardening, MISSLOU. And I'll pin it as well, so you all can go to that group and get started. Thank you, Indigo. I need to know how to do houseplants. I love them, but they won't grow properly. They die after a few days. You gotta make sure they're getting enough sunlight and water. Thank you, Lamika. You headed there now. Where are you headed to? Jay and Renee. The group is very informative. Yes, and I shared links from some of my favorite YouTubers as well. Hey, Valina. Valina, we've been on here for a long time, probably about an hour and a half now. You have to catch the replay. So I'm getting ready to hop off. Tonight, I had some tuna steaks and some wild rice and spinach. Just something quick. You know, look like you telling the truth. Y'all so funny. I can't do nothing but laugh with some of the stuff I see. How do you have a garden to stay before season? Have to start the indoor garden first. Indoors is the key. So mine, I start January. Again, with peppers, tomatoes, and eggplants. And then my last frost date, I think, is April 9th. So April 9th, I'll be able to take everything outside and plant it in the ground. So start indoors, especially if you have those different seasons, all 4 seasons. Hello, Licia. You made a crab boil? Ooh, that's my favorite. I think I may make something like that this week too. And I have some videos, y'all. I gotta put them together and post them. I'll be taking pictures and doing videos, and then I don't even edit them like I should. So I'm gonna be working on that. But I'm gonna head out, you guys. I've gotta go take care of some things. But y'all have a great night. And I'll be tapping back in with you all soon. Okay? All right. Good night. Take care.